Welcome to Mind the Gap in Digital Transformation. I'm glad to see everyone here. I know it's very early on a Friday morning, but I'm really pleased to see all of you, and I think we're going to have a great presentation. So if we're going to build the future of tomorrow, we need to understand what those users of tomorrow are like, right? And how can we know what the users of tomorrow are going to want, what they're going to need, what their expectations are going to be? And I'm a big fan of user input and qualitative and quantitative research, but there are limits to that, especially when you want to think about the future. This is a quote from Harvard Business Review, right? Customers only know what they've experienced. They cannot imagine what they don't know about emergent technologies, new materials, and the like. What customers, for example, would have asked for the microwave oven, Velcro, or Post-it notes? This is just as relevant now as in 1984 when it was probably written, right? A lot has changed since then. There's a much simpler way to state this, and it's a quote that's attributed to Henry Ford, and that's that if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. So then, if users can't tell us what they're going to want, how do we know what to build? Has anyone seen this picture before? It's a classic, and I love it because it's relatable. It gets to a core issue in our industry. And it really gets to, on a meta level, it gets into the idea of reframing. And I think reframing is what is critical to the success of digital transformation. And first and foremost, when we're going to reframe, when we think about, and this picture is a perfect example of it, when we reframe, we need to reframe our approach, and we need to stop building solutions and start fixing core user problems. If we're measuring our success on, we released 2 apps this quarter, we did X number of updates to our website, all those things, those aren't the right metrics. That's not how you're going to move your business, your industry forward. They started out as challenges, as a problem, and they weren't just any problem. And if they had started off with those lofty goals, then the reality is the solutions that were identified, they would not have been nearly as impactful, right? There are a million ways to say, I'm going to make Disney more magical or whatever, but they would not have been as impactful. They started with a problem, but they didn't start with just any problem. They started with the right problem. So if you want to take notes, this is where you should take notes. The right problem should be, it's got to be a user problem. It should be a big problem. Little problems will get you little solutions. And it should be a problem without a solution. If part of your problem is, I need you to build an app that, or I need you to build a website that, then you've already made that too prescriptive and too limiting. And with technology today, you're probably missing out on things that could be the right solution. And I want to say that everyone here can do this. And your mission, should you really choose to accept it, is to reframe assignments onto solving problems. Big, unbiased user problems. With yourself, with your teams, with your vendors, with your clients, with your partners. And because if you don't do that, the best you're ever really going to get is meeting expectations. And you're never going to really get to create something that is truly magical. And that's what I want for all of you.